The King David Hotel bombing of 1946 was a terrorist attack perpetrated by the Irgun, a Zionist militant organization. It collapsed a portion of the hotel, killing 91 people of various nationalities, including Arabs, Britons, and Jews, and injuring 46.
This was a serious terror attack, a malicious one that stained not only the walls of the adjacent YMCA building with blood, bodies were hurled that far, but stained our entire history.
The reason for the attack was criminal as well. It was carried out by the Irgun to destroy legal evidence incriminating the Jewish Agency, a branch of the World Zionist Organization, for their attacks against the British during the Jewish insurgency against Britain. In other words, they wanted to cover their tracks from a previous crime. The Irgun claimed that the details of their attack plan were aimed at minimizing civilian casualties. Sound familiar?
We're doing everything possible to reduce and prevent civilian casualties in Gaza.
Israel has always seek to minimize civilian casualties.
That they are doing everything they can to reduce civilian casualties.
No.
In reality, Israel has never tried to minimize civilian casualties, neither in the past nor in the present. For example, in the 1953 Kibbutz massacre, Ariel Sharon, the future Israeli prime minister, personally ordered his troops to achieve maximal killing and damage to property. They have lied about preserving civilian life, and they continue to lie. The Irgun also claimed that warnings were delivered before the attack, including a telephone message 25 minutes before the explosion. However, the British government said that no one in an official position with any power to take action received such a warning. They said that the accusation against them of failing to evacuate the hotel was untrue and did not absolve those who planted the bomb. This is crucial to understand. Warnings, even if they did take place, do not absolve Israel of the actual crime of bombing, according to Britain itself. This comes at a time when Israeli officials are once again claiming they did their part by warning civilians.
Israel again warned civilians.
The Israeli Defense Force warned civilians.
The Israeli military warned civilians in Gaza.
In fact, in July 2006, a conference was held to commemorate the bombing, to which the British ambassador and consul general said, "We do not think that it is right for an act of terrorism, which led to the loss of many lives, to be commemorated." Benjamin Netanyahu, who was present at this conference, called the bombing a legitimate act with a military target, distinguishing it from an act of terror intended to harm civilians. Keep in mind that the perpetrators were branded a terrorist organization in Britain, the UN, and the US. Yet, the US still supports the Netanyahu administration unconditionally.
I can't help feeling proud of our boys. If only it had been at German headquarters, they would have gotten the Victoria Cross.
Monekin Begin, the leader of the Irgun who took responsibility for the King David Hotel bombing, was asked by an interviewer on American television, "How does it feel, in the light of all that's going on, to be the father of terrorism in the Middle East?" Begin proclaimed,
"In the Middle East? In all the world."
Begin went on to become the Prime Minister of Israel. British Prime Minister Attlee wrote to President Truman, "I am sure you will agree that the inhuman crime committed in Jerusalem on July 22 calls for the strongest action against terrorism, but, having regard to the sufferings of the innocent Jewish victims of Nazism, this should not deter us from introducing a policy designed to bring peace to Palestine with the least possible delay." Winston Churchill, a prominent Zionist, held the same belief. Neither did this bring peace to Palestine, nor did it stop Israeli terrorism. Arguably, it made things significantly worse. Besides, why should innocent Palestinians have to give up their land for the crimes of the Europeans? One injustice does not necessitate another.